This past week's Democratic primary election for Plymouth Township Magisterial District Judge has ended with an 8-vote victory for the incumbent Judge Frank Bernhardt, a Republican. Sherry Marcus Milano, who is Bernhardt's opponent in the Democratic primaries, believes that only Democrats should be allowed to run for the party's primary.
Certainly the electoral process should have a lot more clarity. And when you go in as a Democrat and you're looking at a Democratic ballot in the primary and you see Frank Bernhardt, Sherry Marcus Milano write in, the natural assumption is, oh, Frank Bernhardt, I didn't know he was a Democrat. He's not a Democrat. The fact that he had enough Democratic support to be able to appear on the Democratic ballot, I honor him for that. It shows that he did a good job holding up his nonpartisan end of the agreement when you take an office this way. However, an election should be between an endorsed Democrat and an endorsed Republican. We should have until November to put together a strategic campaign built on who we are, what we believe, and what we intend to bring to the table.
Milano says that most people don't bother to vote in the primary and instead wait for the election. This year, come election time, voters may not have a choice.
So people show up for the election. Guess what? There is no election. There has been no campaign. There has been no race. It's over. You have no choice. And the way that I understand there's nothing against the law. I understand that many of the Democrats cross-filed. It's just something that's done. But a lot of things that are done, as we're learning now with the new transparency that is trying to be brought to the to the national level, that that's not really such a great thing. It further confuses the process.
Milano is actually one of few Democrats who haven't cross-filed in order to run for the opposing party's primary candidate position.
It's very important to me to handle this with honor. I put a lot of weight in my personal integrity. It's something that I don't compromise just to get the job done. It would have been ridiculous for me to cross-file if it's something I stand against. It would mean here I come right out of the gate as a hypocrite. It is not how I want to be. So if that's why I lost, okay, then I'll become an advocate against cross-filing. Because if I did, I think that's why. I think that people walked in and assumed that if he's on the Democratic ballot, he must be a Democrat. I can see where I might assume the same thing, and I'm a candidate. So I'd love to see that process be simplified for people.
Until next time, from Montgomery Media, I'm Andy Stettler.